See, and, I can tell you that I listened because of the fact that I heard she said she liked it. There's lots of things that, today I notice in my life that I do that I never did before. I never used to listen to what the other person wanted. It was whatever, who cares, right? Today I listen. It's like when the holidays come around, I know exactly what she wants. She's told me all year long. Maybe not in so many words, but I've listened. So every year I've always known what, in a sense, what to go get her. This year was no different. She said we're on a bowling league, by the way. We're still bowling. Still just as much fun. I recommend it for everybody. Get out and get some fun in your life. We're on a fun league. It's not a competitive league. We're on a fun league, so we can go out there and we can have fun. Now, the worst part is, I got to tell you that for me, my average, I used to love it. I had a 130, 132 average. It was great. I go out there and have fun, throw a bunch of gutter balls, in a sense, or a 7 here and a miss there, It's great, pick up a couple of strikes towards the end, get a 130, no big deal. Well, my average today is like 150 something. It's like you throw 3 opens, it's like your game goes to hell. And so does your attitude sometimes. Can't say I'm perfect. We were in the bowling alley, and she said, "Oh, I really like that ball." Now, most of the time, I was just like, "So what? Who cares? She likes the ball." But I remembered, She said, "Yeah, I haven't had a new ball in years." That's what she said. She hadn't had a new ball in years. So, this year she got that new ball that she wanted. I also found out something else. I found out that every one of her other husbands had bought her a ball too. Something she didn't tell me. And I didn't say, "Okay, we're taking it back." It matches the pink shoes I got her. My life today is really nice. I'd like to think I'm a caring individual. We definitely have problems, and they're all of my own making. I don't listen enough sometimes. I can say that. There are things we talk about that we'll go over and over and over again. I'm an active alcoholic. I'm only striving for change in my life. This relationship works just like the principles and just like the steps. I had to admit that I was powerless over our relationship in the beginning. And there was a point, especially when she was still drinking, that me and my sponsor were having conversations on a regular basis because it was driving me nuts because she was on that fence. She was toying, am I an alcoholic? Am I not an alcoholic? And none of us can tell one another whether we're an alcoholic or not. And I knew that early on. And I could not tell her, "Yes, you're an alcoholic, go to the meetings." I couldn't tell her that. But watching her go through the pain of saying, "Am I one, am I not one?" drove me crazy. And all my sponsor could do is tell me that this too shall pass. Let it go. The insanity of every time it came up, going through the same thing, calling my sponsor, "She's doing it again! She's doing it again!" Knowing that when I turned it over to God, whatever was going to happen was going to happen. Putting down on paper as an inventory what was going on in my life at that point. The situation itself. Who does it affect? What does it affect? Sharing it with my sponsor so he could say, right there, that's your problem. You're egotistical son of a bitch. Self-controlling. And I'd have to go, "Oh, okay, you're right." And I'd have to say, "Well, I really don't like that about myself. Is there a way that I could ask someone, a being stronger and more powerful than me, that could remove this obsession?" He says, "Yeah, get on your knees and ask God to remove the obsession. And if you do so on a regular basis, maybe it'll get removed." He says, "Now I want you to go back to that 4th step and take a look at it. And is there anybody you possibly owe an amends to? And if so, you better make a list. And once you make that list, I want you to go forth and I want you to make amends to anybody on that list that is possible. Once you've made the amends, I want you to start some prayer and meditation that this problem doesn't come up over and over and over again. And once you've realized that this problem is no longer coming up over and over and over again, I want you to go out and I want you to tell somebody else, whether in recovery or not, how you walk through it. and let them know that they can too. That's the 12 steps. And it's really simple when we lay it out in a process just like that. I cannot. He can. I will let him. This is what I did. This is where my problem is. Please remove my problem. I'm going to try not to do this again. Okay? And I'm going to try and help someone else who has done this also. Wow. The 12 steps. How simple. Now I'm going to leave you guys with something, and I always want to try and leave somebody with, I want to give you something. Okay? And it's hard to give somebody something. And I don't know how many people in this room are good meditators. I mean, are you guys really good meditators? Now, some people with a lot of time possibly have maybe mastered the art of meditation. For myself, I'm not that good at it, but I can meditate, and I can teach you on something that I learned a long time ago that I want to leave you with, so possibly you can take this and put it into your daily life. Now, it's really simple. Okay? When you breathe in, all I want you to do is, you can do this out loud, or you can do this silently in the mind, okay? But when you do this, you have to do this to your innermost self. And we know who that is. That innermost self is that deep thought that we have. And the deep thought I need you to have when you breathe in is and realize that the strength of God is within me. And when you breathe out, realize that the strength of God is around you. And when you breathe in, the strength of God is within me. And when you breathe out, the strength of God is around me. Now I want you to throw in a few mixes too, because you know what? Not only does God have his strength, God has his love. So if the strength of God is within me, the love of God can be around me. And if you practice this principle, and just try it tomorrow morning, give it 30 seconds. Give it 30 seconds a day and keep trying to build on it and build on it. And if you can get up to 5-10 minutes in the morning, 5-10 minutes in the afternoon, or 5-10 minutes at night, you will find that your conscious contact with God as you understand him is going to be greatly enhanced. Thanks for asking me to share.